Hello, my name is Katie and welcome to my shed. How are you keeping? How's your week been so far? I think we last spoke, well actually I uploaded a surprise video this morning which was from the workshops at the weekend, and today is Thursday, so we'll be all caught up. So I'm filming today on Thursday and the upload date will be Saturday, so I am just so tired, so apologies if I look like poo. I kind of feel like poo. I think the weekend was so heavy and I just didn't stop, and then went straight from filming that last video that you finished into working 3 days. And I say long days, but they're kind of 7 till 6. So it's not like that long, but long enough. And I'm just shattered. I've got a massive to-do list. Not getting much of it done, if I'm honest. I've just done a little bit of gardening, which was not on the to-do list, but my neighbour caught me and said she'd spotted some big brown furry rats in her garden. So I thought I'd better just tidy up the bed between my garden and her garden, just in case. But I can't see any evidence. I can't see any holes under the fence or anything, so but that doesn't mean they're not there. But it might mean it's easier for me to spot if they have been around, but I have no evidence of that at the moment. So yeah, just did that and thought, well, I'll come and speak to you guys. So I have got bits of plant in my hair. Sorry if that was there. I got distracted. Yes, so I need to come and speak to you, get this video filmed. That makes it sound like a chore. It's not a chore, but I need to do it so that I have a video for Saturday. But also I just felt like I need to come in here because my brain is like at the moment, so this will quieten my brain, particularly as we're going to be doing some colour mixing. And the last few I've done of that they're just really chilled. And actually I was watching when I was editing the video that came out today on Thursday, and I was editing that and I'd accidentally recorded it on normal speed rather than on a time lapse, and all the way through I'm singing I'm like singing to myself, which is very sweet. I think it just shows that my brain quietens down at that point, so I'm not busy thinking about everything that needs to be done. Anyway, I am rambling as per usual. Let me tell you what we're doing today. So today is going to be the last one of the videos that I do where I do colour mixing and a bird for the Birbfest challenge. So today it is the red cock something. Sorry, giggling at the word cock because I'm a child. Red forest cock? No, I'll check. It's basically it's like a cockerel. I'll check the name of it. Red leg. Oh, give me a sec. Hasn't even got the word cock in it. I'm just obviously potty mouth, potty brained. Anyway, it's a red jungle fowl, but it is a cockerel. So that's what we're going to do today. And I thought a cockerel would be really good fun to do in watercolour. So it's going to be a mistake because we all know me and watercolour, not the best fans of each other, but I'm seeing sort of loose washes and a bit of pen and some splatter, of course. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I have picked, so I'm rustling under here, I've got paper in a bag and I keep catching my eye on it. I have picked some watercolours that I think would suit that. Now it does mean I've nicked some out of the my brain is so mushy. I've taken some out of the workshop watercolour box because there's some colours in there that I think would work really well and I don't own. So the colours we're going to mix with, they're Daniel Smith's, and we've got the Indian Yellow, we've got an alizarin crimson and a Prussian blue. And I just feel like those three would work really well for this cockerel thing. I will insert a picture of one so you can see. So the first thing we'll do is we'll mix those colours. I have also taken the cobalt blue violet out. I might mix with that as well, which I know doesn't go with it, but it's granulating and it's quite nice, so I might use that as well. I'm not going to colour mix in my book because that's not watercolour paper, so I've got some watercolour paper out and I will stick that in the book. So let's turn you around, let's do a little bit of colour mixing, a bit of chatting. Okay, we'll start with, I've even treated myself to 2 water pots today. Let's start with the yellow. So this is Indian yellow. And we'll mix in a little bit of red with that. Or a lot of red. I might have to dilute that one down a bit. We might as well do some red on its own. Crimson, this room crimson. Pop some of that over here. Quite a bit heavy there. And then a bit of the blue on its own. And do blue and yellow over here. Okay, so for a basic set of colours, I will start doing them with 3 colours in a minute, but I'm just going to label these up. But they are quite fun and kind of the right sort of colour. Right, let's write some numbers down. So now we want to try and add a bit of fluff. Let's take this purple, that needs a little bit more blue in it. We'll add a little bit of yellow. A little bit of blue. Maybe too much blue. And then a bit of red. Definitely need to put a bit more of the others in there. Okay, what do we need to do now? We've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, some neutrals. What else do I need? What haven't I done? Let's try it with the cobalt blue violet as well. Just see what happens there. I was a bit stingy with this one. Right, I'm going to leave these to dry and then we'll come back and have a look at them and we'll try and draw this thing that I can't remember what it's called because I keep wanting to call it cockerel. Okay, I mean it turns out that even leaving it an hour these hadn't dried, but you know, that's fine. That's me being in a rush and not looking at what I'm doing. So colour wise, actually I do like them. I do quite like the fact I've added the cobalt blue violet in because here you get this granulation and that just adds a little bit of interest. I probably will use some of these in the image, particularly this one. So yeah, I think the colour set actually will work really well for the image and I'm quite pleased with them. If we take these ones out, this is a really nice colour set just from the three, I want to call them primaries, but from these three, the yellow, blue and the crimson. I really like this colour set, but it's not dark enough. So I think adding this cobalt blue in does give me a few more darks. I could probably add in something else, but then I'd lose this interest. And I don't want to use loads of colours, so I'm just going to use those four, the colours that I've still got on the palette, and we'll use those to make the watercolour. Right, let's do it. Now I have decided, because I haven't got a lot of time, I've only got today to do it, and I haven't cheated for a while. So I thought I'd print out an image, and I've got this one off Unsplash, and I'm just going to print it out and do my cheaty method, which is where I've got a thin piece of copy paper with the image on, used a soft pencil, or you can use a pastel, whatever you like, rub that on the back, and then just use a harder pencil to map out your landmarks. So I'm not going to draw all of it because I don't need all of it, but it will help me just with the landmarks because I want to do a really loose watercolour and then pen over the top. It's going to help me. So I'm just going to quickly pop some landmarks in and then we'll splash some paint around. I think that's actually enough. I've hardly done anything, but I don't know if you can see, but there's just a bit of an outline there. and that is, there you go, popped a bit of pencil on the back, trace it out. Yes, it's cheating, and some people, it would make them feel very nauseous to cheat, but there are some times when you need to cheat. Well, I do, and that is today because I haven't got a lot of time, and also I don't feel too bad because it's not an image that I'm going to use to sell or do anything with. I'm just doing it as a bit of a demo piece, and then submit to that art challenge. So, and also, hang on, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be a lot more splodgy, for want of a better word. So what we can do, let's get some paint down. I'm going to put you on time lapse because I'm getting cold and I need to put the heater back on. So okay, it's gone a bit muddy. That doesn't surprise me because I got a little bit carried away. So what I'm going to do is do a second layer. Now I don't usually do this with watercolours, but I just don't like this. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I want some more oranges in here and some orange here, and then just put a little bit more definition in if I can. I'm going to leave that as it is. I like that. Once I get the pen in, I think that'd be grand. It's just the body really and the head. So yeah, I'm going to go in a little bit more, a little bit tighter and a little bit more carefully. Okay, that didn't quite go to plan, did it? I think this is where my lack of skill with watercolours really shows when I'm trying to do actual pictures. I think I'm fine when it's just like little things, but when I'm trying to do something bigger, often it doesn't go to plan. I think with the first one, I just put too many colours down and then they were still wet, and so then they bled and everything's gone a bit muddy. And then the second one, I was a bit too chicken with it, and then literally, no pun intended, but and it's a little bit, yeah. I'll show you them both and then we'll see. There are little bits I like with both of them, but I don't think either of them are going to be masterpieces. So this was the first one. We'll show them from a distance. They look okay from a distance, but close up, not so much. So there's no vibrancy at all here, and the original one, there was quite a lot, wasn't there? I do quite like the way the tail's gone on this one. I like the looseness there. But yeah, this is just pretty ugly, really. There's a couple of passages of colour that are quite nice. I like here, but this bit's just like, yeah. And when I went in with the extra colour, it hasn't really helped. So yeah, that's that one. And then this one is, I did use some colour pencil, watercolour pencil you would have seen, just to get a little bit of this detail in. So, and again, I like the tail, just not a fan of the rest of it. So I think I could just submit the tails, the feathers, and leave the rest. I mean, they're okay from a distance, aren't they? They're fine. But just fine. I think that's where we'll stick with. Okay, so this is my weekly Birbfest challenge complete. So I'm just doing the 4 because I'm one for each Thursday, because I just didn't have capacity to do more, and actually I struggled with capacity to do these ones. Let me think, what have I thought about doing a art challenge? I think I have enjoyed doing the monthly challenge, and it's been quite good because I haven't had to think about what I want to paint, so I can just get on with practicing my colour mixing, and I guess just going, sort of leaning into it and not having to worry too much about coming up with something creative for myself. But I do feel ready to paint something I want to paint. So that's good. I feel like it probably worked for January, just because you don't always have that much left to give. So it was quite helpful for that point of view. But I'm glad I didn't do the daily one. I don't think I would have had it in me to do that, unless I'd have just stuck with maybe coloured pencils and just sketching. But I also know I would have got carried away and not stuck with just that. So I feel like I've explored quite a few different techniques and styles. I think the owls are my favourite. I like both of those. I'm going to actually frame up the pen one, because I think that'll look quite cool framed up. I love him too, but I'm not sure, because I've painted him on sugar paper, it's not the best quality, so I'm not sure how I would get him mounted up, but I might give it a go and have him in the house somewhere. So I don't know if you've watched all 4 of my videos, let me know which one did you enjoy the most. I mean, even if you haven't watched them, you can see them here. Which of the birds do you prefer? And let me know in the comments below, that would be great. Also, if you've got a minute, just click the thumbs up button, that'd be really helpful. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, that would be fab. Really would appreciate it, thank you. Okay, so what are we going to do with the rest of the week? Well, I'm back at work. Tomorrow is Friday, so I'll be at work Friday. I'm going to try and get this video edited tonight and tomorrow night, ready for upload Saturday morning. And then hopefully we'll have a bit of a reset. I think I'm going to do a reset day on Saturday. We've got football, but football's not till I think 12:30 or something, so it's quite a late kickoff. It's a cup game, so wish us luck, because you have all your fingers crossed. I talk about it as though I'm playing. I'm not playing. I'll be standing going, "Ooh, well done, girls." So, but you can do "Ooh, well done, girls" as well. And that would let's swing a win for them. That would be great, because then they get. I'm not sure if this is a semi or a quarter final, but either way, it's quite important that they win. Important for them, you know. 10-year-old girls. Be great, wouldn't it? I'm going off on a tangent, as is usual. So I am going to come in here Saturday morning, and we're going to have a reset. So I'm going to spend a couple of days while I'm editing. I'll just have a think about what I want to achieve for February, and maybe have a focus, but I'm not sure what. There's a couple of things that I've really enjoyed doing that I want to explore a bit more of, but also it's been a while just since I've painted a bird that I want to paint in my style, so I might do that as well. So let me know in the chat. It'll be too late. I mean, you can write a comment, but I'll It'll be too late, won't it, by the time you see this? Actually, it won't, because this video will go up on Saturday morning at 6 o'clock. And I might be in the shed by then, but I'm not going to be painting, I'm going to be tidying up. So you could leave it in the chat. If you watch it in the first hour or so, pop in the chat what you want me to paint this week. And if you're watching any later than midday on Saturday, then I'll probably have started. Right, have a great rest of your week. I'm going to go and tidy the house for half an hour before school run and get some of the other jobs done. I've got to get jobbed. I'm going to go get some of the other jobs done that I need to get finished before school. So have a lovely Friday. Did I say that? Why am I saying that? Because you're not going to watch this till Saturday. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm drunk. Maybe I'm just so tired I'm acting a little bit drunk. Anyway, have a great weekend and a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.